you very much, Matthew. Episode 507. Matty's here, Andy's here, Ozzy, Rapping Rob, Kelly, Dominic, along with me, Steve. Nice little video to play you in with this week, boys. See if you can guess who this boxer is. I think it was Stephen Summerfield sent this over to the Nuthouse Gmail. This is quite interesting content on a Sunday evening. I wonder who it could be. I might get sued for this one.
Your Scarlet scandal. What is the most scandalous thing you've ever done?
Oh my God. Sorry, but I f***ed him.
What?
Yeah, and he put on my clothes and made me chase him around his apartment. I put a tequila cap in his ass and I had to go fishing for it. Yeah, it was nuts.
Right, I know who she's talking about, by the way. 100%, 100%, it's Oscar. It's Oscar De La Hoya. I'm telling you right now, that's who it is.
Allegedly, of course.
Allegedly, aye. It wouldn't be Floyd or Andrew Tate anyway.
What gives you that impression?
Oscar's into everything, isn't he? You've seen him with the fish.
You missed the rest of the clip there, Steve, where she said after the tequila bottle, she said, I had a sombrero on me as well and a little Mexican flag and a pair of Golden Boy shorts. She couldn't have fucking made it more obvious who it was because she got it from, allegedly.
Sounds right up Golden Boy's alley, says MB. I'd say you're absolutely right there. I don't know who the young lady was, but it got sent.
Oh, actually, she's in the same age demographic as as another young Mexican star who may probably be a candidate for that either. But you look at each to their own. That's what I say about it all. Yep. Somebody could be bathing with tears. That's all I'm saying. Do you know what I mean?
I'm sure you would be bathing with tears after having that done to you, Rob.
Can't even fathom, Steve. I can't imagine. Let's just move on, man.
It's at work asylum. Ozzy, you were painting an image in our heads last week, and Ryan Deal, Photoshop extraordinaire of the Nutters, has made this a reality.
He'll get ideas. He'll get ideas off that.
He's probably taking a screenshot of that right now, actually. Getting him.
Gonna be all right there, Rob.
Jesus.
Yeah, for any of our audio listeners, go over to the Bellew the Week. We'll upload it at some point. Ozzy, sticking with you, actually, I don't know if you're aware of this fella. Seems to be popping up on Facebook from time to time. The Bosh King, friend of Big John's.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Tom's.
No.
Yeah,
fuck.
He was on The Apprentice. That's how he rose to fame. He was on Alan Sugar's The Apprentice, and yeah, he is the actual founder of Bosh, which has been adopted by the Bosh Army and the Romford Bull people. So yeah, Big Tom Skinner entering the ring. Yeah, he's quite amusing though. He's quite amusing.
He looks like Cy Clayton in that top left-hand corner there.
Yeah,
is he going to start fighting now? Is he going to be about in the boxing ring?
No, it's like this white collar stuff, and
Who's he fighting? Ray Winston. Who's that in the poster?
Man, because he's
Danny Williams.
every morning, man, he's post up a fucking steak pie breakfast and the fucking Kingdom supper.
Yes, mate. His breakfasts are like just unbelievable. Some of the stuff he eats. It's like he had. What did he have? Beef bourguignon one morning and stuff like that, and then he has steak pie, chips, gravy, mushy peas, cup of tea for breakfast.
I'm thinking in the morning, man.
Lasagna is another one. But
lasagna for breakfast.
You must shake like a bear, man. Fucking
hell. Dino's Cafe in East London. So yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning, whatever it is, 7 o'clock, and he's smashing. Yeah, he's smashing all sorts.
Christmas dinner for breakfast.
No, he did. He did, honestly. Yeah, it's true that he did. He was having Christmas dinners for breakfast.
What the fuck? I never heard anything like this.
Fucking lasagna for breakfast.
The funniest thing is though, as well, is that sometimes, so like here, so Friday morning, what did he have here? He had I can't see what he's having. But anyway, after he'd eaten, he had egg. So he had eggs, mashed potato, bread, and something else, and butter. And then not only that,
Only
he
fucking
then
carbohydrates.
he had a pudding with it as well. So he had bread and butter pudding with custard. This is for breakfast.
So it was a sweet pudding too, not even a savory pudding.
Bread and butter pudding.
I tell you what, right? I'm coming up on 45 in the summer, right? And I'd be like worrying about me fucking, Jesus Christ, I get up to the age now I could fucking drop dead. And I'm like, why am I fucking worrying? Look at these guys. what's it to worry
These
about?
cunts will outlive everybody, won't they, man? They'll live to about 95, these fellas.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter that they're fucking 150 pounds fucking heavier than you, etc., Rob. Fucking the randomness of the world. You end up fucking choking on a potato in 5 years, and they live until they're 80, needing double doors just to get their fucking wheelchair out.
Yeah, talking to you with their fucking cigarette fucking voice box. I'm okay.
I used to have a life. Damn you, Marlboro.
Like your man in Alan Partridge, your idea.
Anyway. He's eating eggs for his breakfast, and I hope they're not fucking loaded with chlomine.
Yeah, he's gonna fucking pop red hot in that fucking test if you don't leave the eggs alone, man.
He better watch what he's doing.
Fucking Joe 90 as well, Frank Smith with his fucking goggles on him. See him in that interview, did you? You know what he said? He said Conor Benn has gone above and beyond for the British ball. What? What's above and beyond? Just fucking give us the answers. We don't want what above and beyond. What the fuck does that mean? He's counted the eggs. He's given it's all on them now. Fucking evening, Ed.
Evening, Ed. Matty, you mentioned this earlier. Broner seeks new opponent at BLK Prime. We know Redcatch is out. You said that Hank Lundy's out as well.
Yeah, he sure is, because he pulled out of a fight that he had scheduled for like a week from now that was supposed to be in California, but he said that he had a cut. The fight was scheduled to be in Ontario, California, so this California commission suspended him, making that so he would be ineligible to even fight in that fight in Georgia against Broner. So it's all sorts of promotional hubbubs and shit like that, and now Broner's looking for an opponent. This isn't good for BLK at this point in time. It's just awful. And you can't feel bad for him, Steve. What bunch of fucking idiots hitches their cart to Adrian Broner? That's a terrible cart. That cart's going off the fucking cliff, man. That cart is carrying fucking hookers and cocaine and riding it past the police station because it's a fucking idiot and putting it on goddamn Twitter. They're fucking morons. It's terrible investment. And my God, I mean, I think really the nomination is for BLK for even going into bed with this guy because a shitstorm follows wherever he goes.
Whenever you get into bed with AB, I suppose it does matter.
I'm telling you.
So why is Broner getting blamed here, Matt? It's not because Broner the fight fell apart though, is it?
He's got bad dharma.
But come on, man. I mean, I give him a shit sometime as well on that, but fucking.
Can't blame him for this, Andy.
Well, like I said,
the guy a pass, man.
It's BLK's fault for hitching their cart to this guy who everything with him is a shit show.
I tell you,
It's
he's
just
like
a bad
Ross
idea.
every time you see him with that beard, man, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks pretty. I mean, he looks like he's about 190 pounds too, man. Like, and you
It's
saw
like
the
Rick Ross,
training
man,
video.
these days, don't he?
Well, is it any coincidence, Andy? Just as Broner was getting nominated, we had Triple X 18 in adult dating chat dropping into the chat there.
Oh, did we?
Aim said Gaddle dating.
Aim said the Gaddle. Gaddle date.
You've heard of Freeway Rick Ross. This is drive-through Rick Ross.
Oh, poor old AB. Pray for him. 3 minutes of Floyd Mayweather-style defense, counter-punching and shoulder roll by Anthony Yarde. Did you get on this one, Andy, during the week on the old YouTubes?
No, mate, I didn't know what happened. I've not seen this. Who
What the
posted
fuck are you
it?
doing with your life?
Fine. Eh?
Perfecting the shoulder roll, Floyd Mayweather-style defense. In fact, and Rob, you'd be all over this. What about the Floyd? Imagine if he tries the shoulder roll, the shoulder on against Beterbiev. How do you think that's going to end, Rob?
Fucking Beterbiev have put a bullet through it. Fucking howitzer.
There's your right hand on the side of the head.
I'm just imagining it's the very same as Floyd versus Diego Corrales. This clip, you couldn't tell the difference, I bet.
Exactly. One man who was pleased last night, although you wouldn't know it, Smigger. Look at the joy on his face.
He looks like he's a real gone kid.
Miserable as anything. I'm laughing at Chris Butler's comment here. He's obviously kind of quoting what I just said about Broner. Andy says I give him shit sometimes as well. It's a massive understatement. Talking about Broner. Aye, but Smigger, man, what is he all about there? You would actually think you could actually think if you actually drop a bag of cash, like a million quid at his feet, man, he still fucking look miserable.
He looks like he just woke up and somebody asked him a really complex question.
Yeah, get him on. Get him on the pod. If he hadn't blocked us, we could have done.
Looks like a stoner, actually.
Yeah, it does right enough. Mick McAway says the lack of self-awareness, personal responsibility, and failure to read the room before going public with tweets and videos this week will ensure Conor Benn is a cert for Bellew of the week. That's Mick throwing that in there.
I had to
Mr.
laugh.
There's Al Samari there, Andy. You go ahead.
I had to laugh at Smiddle actually saying during the week there, these scientists created a COVID vaccine quicker than Conor Benn's proved his innocence.
Rob, no. Rob, no.
They're trying to kill us all.
Well, he says here, I've been through hell and back. Thank God for science. The evidence doesn't lie. No holes in the truth. And Eubank says, I'm pretty sure it was science that detected the illegal substances in your system on 2 separate occasions, Connor. So, yes, absolutely thank God for science. Otherwise, I would have been fighting the Hulk a few months ago.
Just when we were starting to warm to Eubank, he goes and gets fucking blasted out.
Well.
Here, Steve, just not last one you put up there, Rioth, and it was interesting the last line of that. You just see there, he said, he just put out the notion that he's not being as cooperative as Eddie and Ben are trying to tell everyone.
Yeah, I spotted that too. I thought that was a telling line at the end there, wasn't it?
Very much so.
Yeah, Mr. Al-Samari. Pouring doubt, pouring scorn on them.
There's that guy, whoever, he's echoing my sentiments. That's what I'm on about. What's he talking about there? He's gone above and beyond. What? We just want the answers, asshole. Stop fucking trying to pretend that it's us swearing the wrong for judging Conor Benn because he failed 2 drugs tests. You know, he's coming back now. I tell you, it's about 5 months, isn't it, since the first drug test? Isn't it? The first failed one, it's about 5 months ago there now. It could be coming up on a 6-month ban being let loose on the boxing public again. And Eddie is making big noises about who his potential comeback opponent is going to be. Manny Pacquiao this week. We had, who do we have last week? Gervonta Davis, Kell Brook, Chris Eubank Jr., somebody else that he was never going to fight. And now this week he wants Manny Pacquiao and Terence Crawford. Well, I beg you, seeing as Errol Spence is going up on the mountain to fight Keith Thurman, I beg Desmond Gums, get the fucking checkbook out, wave it in front of DAZN because they need a big fight, and make Terence Crawford Conor Benn, and let Terence Crawford say, as he once said to Gary Russell Jr., I'll break your little neck. Let him in at Conor Benn and let him get his justice that way. If he really wants to fight that badge, go and stop. Don't call Terence Crawford's name out. He has no opponent. Make the fight and let's see what happens.
You imagine, man, fucking Crawford would
sick man.
Crawford, man, would fucking violate him so bad, man. He would get arrested on the spot. It'd be like back in the day when the Polish, remember the Polish stick on Jack Johnson, Tommy Burns. That's what happened. You need to bring in the fucking SAS on.
That'd be a blood massacre, man. It absolutely like turning a cheetah loose in the fucking old folks' home.
Like to come out last night and start like eviscerating Eubank after he just got knocked out. Like I get it, they don't like each other, but it's a manufactured beef because they don't even know each other. They're making the fight off the two of their dads, like, and he's celebrating his win. But Eubank's to Eubank's detriment is probably that he is a clean athlete, because other fellas are bouncing up and down around 6 and 8 pounds and up and down weights, and it's seemingly not affecting him. But it's obviously after having a really bad effect on him and bringing him down to 157 for that fast of a fight while you were doping. Like the lack of self-awareness of this guy. Who does he think he is? Like, we're not just going to forget that you popped twice, pal. You're going to have to come up with the answers. Like, Eddie and Frank can put on as much glasses as they want to. But they're not going to dress us up like they're fucking scientists and we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. The guy's guilty as sin. Like, come on.
Fucking Eddie using the fucking soft language here, saying like, it'll be investigated by an expert. Remind us again, Eddie, who actually does the testing? That's right, experts. That's how you fucking popped hot. Fucking try to blur the lines. This thing's went on fucking far too long. When was that fight meant to happen again? Was it September? October?
I thought it was October, but they were saying
the 11th of October. 8th to the 11th.
Yeah, look at how Eddie, even Ed, look at how he treated Big Baby Miller, right? for just taking a few little tablets here and there, right? Look at the way,
Little
look at
tablets.
how vocal he was on Big Baby Miller. How come his fighters in other jurisdictions, they all say, it wasn't me, Gov, I was taking a supplement, but I'm just going to have to take this ban and get back on the road. Everyone's like, yeah, cool, man. But how come when it's a matchroom fighter, we have to have this fucking Kramer versus Kramer saga with the fucking new cat all the time to fucking find out the custody battle fucking results or whatever the fuck is going on with his testing? Like, it's a joke. Just take the ban and come back out and say, you caught me, I'm sorry. Like, he'd have a better fucking chance of winning over the public, but his antics at the moment are just, I don't know. I got too far. Go ahead.
Well, no, Rob, we're all about right to reply here. Eddie has to have his say as well. We've got to be fair.
I don't need to save money. I want to put on good fights. So that was a good fight for the zone. So I'm disappointed. But what is the point in signing up for drug testing if when you fail, everyone just goes, "Oh, don't worry about it. Just let him fight." You know? Yeah. So the argument of, well, it's all right with UKAD, is totally irrelevant. You've signed drug testing with VADA, the best testing agency, in my opinion, in the sport.
Woo!
There we go. On the horse's mouth.
Hey, it's King Eddie's mouth, so it must be true.
The mouth writeth the checks that the ass cannot cash.
He's a punk, isn't he? He says that much shit. It always bites him on the fucking arse, and that again proven.
It's biting him on the arse. Right, final few from me, boys. Let's flick through them here as well. Oh, Matt O'Brien going in on Liam Smith. Smith was going on about Eubank's company. He says, imagine trying to out someone regarding the company they keep. Liam with the great bunch of lads there, enjoying himself. We'll say no more about that one. Chris Eubank was getting slated in the Nutters chat here actually earlier for his twiglet legs. They didn't help him last night. He got iced, unfortunately. Chukwu says maybe he inherited his mum's chin. Brutal from Chukwu in the chat there.
You gotta be curious if his mom ever took one on the chin.
I don't know. I'll have to ask her one day.
It's just 2 inches away from the goal, so I mean.
And Tesco Sam says, back to the day job for Ben Davison. Might do lifts tonight. Give him a call. You need to get about.
Someone's saying that he's putting a lot of weight.
Oh, he's on the John Fisher diet, isn't he, apparently?
Has he?
I've not seen that tweet before. Might do lifts tonight.
His beautiful hair, the weight of his beautiful hair.
Unrivaled work.
Oh dear. Right, that's all the ones I've got, boys. I know people have sent me different ones, but it's been a bit of a chock-a-block weekend, so I haven't been able to cut them, unfortunately. That's all the ones that I've got so far. Matty, do you have anything to throw in for Bellew of the Week, please?
Yeah, on the announce crew, I can't remember who it was. After the Reactpour fight, they were talking about Reactpour against Akoli, and they said, I can't remember the last time when 2 British fighters were 1 and 2 in the cruiserweight division. Like, really? Okay. And they're getting paid, not us, Steve. So, yeah, chalk that one up to bad luck, I guess.
What feed were you watching last night, Matty? You were DAZN, were you?
Yeah, it was DAZN. So I think like they had their own commentary over the Sky feed. I don't know. It was fucking weird, and because they go like backstage for interviews, and I couldn't hear the interviews and shit. And one of them was David Haye, and I had assumed he was talking about his awesome life with his 2 hot girlfriends. So I didn't get to catch that. It was weird, but yeah, at least I didn't have to pay another $20 extra fucking dollars for it.
Yeah, a sucker and his money are easily parted, Matty. No offense. Dominic, you were going to nominate Eric Gomez apparently this week.
Yeah, because after Liam Smith win last night, some people were saying one option for Beefy was rematch with Haye Munguia, and I just replied that that's unlikely given that Eric Gomez has came out earlier this week and said that they're looking at making Munguia versus Dimitri Bivol. So it's just another example of it's just a ridiculous idea, like. But it's Munguia. I mean, he's just a laughing stock, like, you know. He's going to be fighting guys like he's been fighting for the next 10, 15 years. There was one other one, I think. Yes, I sent it to Rob during the week. It was David Haye was interviewed by one of the wee guys that Coogan has doing all his legwork for IFL after the press conference on Thursday when Liam Smith was slagging Eubank, and Eubank shot back about Beefy being unfaithful, and he asked Haye about it, and it's just you could see his face whenever he asked the question about talking about other people being unfaithful. I won't say any more than that.
He didn't want anyone to think he was cheating on his missuses. Um, he's he's rolling into my nomination actually, by the way, because it's come out in the paper. Una Healy's come out in the paper this week, as she likes to do when she's talking about her troubled relationship with David Haye and some other bird. But they've added another one now to the so it's a throuple now, I guess.
What?
So they've added a fourth member to the squad. So they're but David Haye was asked about it. He broke his silence on it emphatically, and he said, "I don't want to talk about my private life, but out of respect for the girls." He said, out of respect for the girls, what a fucking legend, man. It's David Haye now, right? Sugar Ray Robinson, Roy Jones, in that order from now on. He's only gone and got another one. Apparently, they're meeting on this celebrity dating app. Now, I don't know how you get on it.
He has to be putting in hydraulics to shag A3 now, like, has to be.
Well, listen, you know what I mean? Listen,
has to be, man. You can't keep all three of them happy in one night.
Well, I don't think there's UCAD testing in the trouble
Yeah,
scene.
I don't think so.
But anyway,
at some
apparently
point, you fucking. He will need to be getting fucking blood treatment shortly, man, and fucking blood transfusions to keep himself alive.
Greedy son of a bitch.
There's a different meaning to the vampire facials, I'm sure, but he's meeting these birds on this celebrity dating app is where they're all finding each other. So I don't know, like I have a verified profile on Spotify. I'm going to see now to have a chat with the missus in the morning, see can we get on this, and maybe bring Bob Gardner or Jonas or something. You know, we've a lot to offer countryside retreats in Wexford. You know, they can talk to each other when I'm on the pod. There's a lot of pluses here for the. So we'll see how it goes down. Stay tuned.
See, Andy doesn't get that. He's like, what does a guy do with two women? It's not always what the guy's doing with two women. It's what they can do with each other.
Doesn't
they
matter.
can have more private time and they can have fun. Who fucking cares?
Rob, I can guarantee, mate, see if you were asked that to the missus, you'd end up like that poor cunt for fucking Russia and that slap face contest. Fucking Facebook like a stroke victim.
Rob, I don't care what Andy says. It is easier to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
You have to set the scenario. You can't just fucking come out with it at breakfast here. Come here, you know what I mean? You have to fucking warm up to it. You have to lay the foundations, baby.
Oh dear, Andy, what have you got for us this week, please?
It's mostly kind of based off last night's Sky show. Just like Conor Benn obviously kind of coming out saying it's a good job he didn't fight me last 2 rounds at 160. I think quite a few pro fighters were even. I think Josh Kelly even called him out in that. He says this guy keeps chatting about 2 failed tests. You had no chance of fighting, lad. When your menstrual cycles are over, you can come back from hiding. You know where I am, brother. No vitamins helping you up at 154. So I like that one. I don't know if anybody caught it, but there's a guy on Twitter last night. I think he's DC at Corco_90, and his local pub didn't pay for the pay-per-view last night, so he sent a picture. Never leave your home without the Fire Stick when you're a boxing fan because the pub doesn't pay for the pay-per-view.
Oh, that's my mate.
He's got a picture of the telly with his Fire Stick remote control and his drink sitting there, so he's quite a tatty air last night watching the fucking.
Yeah, that's my mate Deco from Dublin. Yeah, that's my friend Deco. Yeah, he's a fucking character, man. This fella, unbelievable. We should have get him on some night for the crack. He's heavily involved in the boxing scene in Dublin. He's got a decent boxer himself, but he know all the. He's a fucking comedian, man. This guy, legend. So I couldn't stop laughing because only he do that. And I tell you, if he came into your pub with a fire stick, you'd let him fucking watch the telly.
I am the Barman came out with a fucking comment there last night about that Sky card, which was kind of almost turning into Frank Warren territory there last night. You know, Liam Smith had brown hair when that card started. Took for fucking ever, man, to get to that main event, didn't it?
Thank God it was an early stoppage, man, or nobody was getting out of there.
I know, because obviously the NFL playoffs on at the time as well, you know. And obviously, Fraser Clark's opponent all about there last night. Just an absolute mess, man. And one for Oscar and Ryan Garcia. They're like almost they're not there yet, but they're almost entering Scott Quigg, Eddie Hearn territory.
Oh, the contract, yeah.
The contract. All we need to do is appear here with a fucking check offer. That's all we need. So one for Oscar and Ryan Garcia for their shenanigans as well.
Lovely stuff, Andy. Thank you very much. I don't know if you've got any Aussie, but one I neglected to mention came from Holt. He says, huge signing will boost his own subscriptions no end. Another Courtney. Forget about Shannon. It's all about Maisie Rose. She's quite the fighter, signed with Matchroom. So game changed. Billions in debt, Aussie, but the game has changed here. What have you got?
I've got a couple. One is for Scott Quigg. So he was on a podcast with Tris Dixon, and he was speaking about the time from where he had a stress fracture in his foot.
This will be good.
And he goes, I don't know how I got that injury because I wasn't stressed. And I'm thinking, you thick bastard. A stress fracture is not caused because you are stressed. So he thought genuinely that he basically said, I was chilled out at home, and he thought a stress fracture was caused by actually being stressed.
That's
so
cervical fluid.
So that so that's one for Scott Quigg. And then the other one is for Big John Fisher. And Big John is dieting at the moment. He's got his weigh-in tomorrow, 5 pound down already, going well. And he has one cheat day a week, or cheat meal a week. So this Friday, he decided to go. Most people, if they're on a, they'll have like something, whatever cheat meal. Big John goes to Ginger Wings in Marlow. Awaiting for Big John was not 1, not 2, not 3 bowls of wings, but in fact there was, just count up, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dishes for Big John. And he went on to say that he's never eaten as much. So yeah, Big John's diet, it's all right, being on this, but a cheat day is not. It's not an opportunity to shovel down loads of food like he's doing. But he's one cheat meal enough to feed Ethiopia for 3 days. Fuck's sake. But yeah, he is trying. Like I said, I'll be keeping an eye on the weigh-in tomorrow. Big occasion. But yeah. He's just taking a cheat meal to a complete new extreme, isn't he? Greeted with 12 dishes upon arrival for Big John and the family. So yeah,
hopefully
he's got the cheat part down anyway. Something tells me this is not going to work out. Oz, what do you reckon?
He's going to have to put that out live on Twitter or Instagram. That way in actually, just for our interests.
It just makes me laugh. Like for his tea here, he's got like a roast dinner, a lamb roast dinner. And then most people that would, suffice, but not for Big John. He's decided to put a big fillet steak on top of it as well.
What? That was his breakfast, wasn't it?
That's lasagna, mate.
That's breakfast with your man.
He's got a lamb roast with a fillet steak dumped on top. It's like...
Probably weighs as much as them flyweights that are fighting at the weekend, aren't they?
But was it 8 ounce or a 20 ounce steak?
Oh, fuck knows, mate. It's a big lump, though, that's for sure.
Oh gosh, is that all you got for us?
It's good to be passionate about something like
massive.
He loves it.
Everyone needs a hobby, Rob.
He loves eating so much, but he wants to tell everybody what he's eating every minute of the day. I've never seen anything like, come on, what the
Bosh.
Oh, good stuff. Excellent. Rob, anything from you, please? Episode 507 by the week.
No, I think it was just Haye in the trouble and they go with the fucking fire stick in their pub. And you shit in the break all day because I said I thought you man could win. And he's like, policy was after lumping on Liam Smith for the stoppies. And he just put a big fucking told us all on Twitter afterwards. Well, I got to get him on some night. But yeah, no, that's it for me this week.
Lovely stuff. Right, let's have a quick recap then before we do our picks. That's all the nominations from the boys. We had the fisting video at the beginning just to keep us going nicely there. We had AB and his exploits, so we're not blaming AB, still been nominated. We had the Mayweather roll. We had Yarde down the dungeon. We had the Bosh King, Thomas Skinner, and his lasagna for breakfast. We had Happy Smigger. We had Michael McAwee nominating Ben. Ben thanking science for getting caught. We had a great bunch of lads. We had the cocktail stick legs of Eubank. We had Ben with the putting the number out there to get a bit of work. And we had Game Change, Maisie, Rose, Courtney, plus whatever the boys threw in there. Matty, what have you got for us this week? Who are you going for?
I actually have to go with Stress Fracture from Scott Quigg.
He's under pressure. The game punched in the head obviously didn't do him any good there, Andy. Who are you going for?
I forgot he existed actually until I seen that Ryan Garcia Oscar De La Hoya picture. By the way, fucking all the bad fucking nightmares came back to me. Gonna go for your man in the pub with the fire stick. I thought that was fucking ingenuity at its finest, man. You know,
Deco.
So, Deco.
Well on Deco. You got a
Corco
nomination?
_90 on Twitter. If you're, he's I think everyone follows him anyway. He's big on boxing Twitter as well.
Good lad, Deco nomination for him. Ozzy, who you going for, please?
Oh, it's going to be that idiot Conor Benn for his just audacity to come out with those videos and posts last night. Yeah. Oh, no, not that one as well. Did we not nominate him for the shit he was coming out with as well last night after you wouldn't have gone 2 rounds with me at 160? Yeah, the cheek, the front. And the reason they didn't box is because the moron failed 2 ped tests. And him and his team tried to cover him up. So, yeah, it's got to be Ben. Honestly, I go as far as saying I reckon he's one of the most disliked people in British boxing at the moment, and he keeps doing himself no favours, coming out with these cryptic messages, thanking the science. It's all going to be proven. Yeah, there's no talk of this actual, where these documents are. It's just all talk. Him and the king of yapping, Pedwardo, Peddy, John Hearn. So, yeah, Conor Benn is certainly the nomination for the week. Closely followed by Scott Quigg, though, who, listening to it, he might get another stress fracture.
Oh, go and look at that Twitter link I just put in the bottom of the chat there, and just answer me this question. You would, eh? Come on, look.
Let me have a look. Yeah, one
Let me
second.
show it to the listeners. Hold on. There we are.
No, it's not that, you bastard. It's not that.
Is that the one where is this the link to the saucy cooking, Andrew? From
yeah, I've just seen it. I've just seen it.
She's not going to cook for John Fishman, is she, Ozzy?
Start saying it though. You want to see cooking on my OnlyFans, mate? Saucy.
Okay, Jesus, look at them.
Well, I tell you what. I tell you one person who'll 100% be subscribing, and that's Dungeon Gad. Who'll love the saucy cooking series.
I only copped on after the fact that young one that he was fucking basically trying to get up on at the press conference, he was actually on OnlyFans, so he'd obviously got a preview, like, you know what I mean? And he got himself all fucking frothing at the mouth. But
getting down to ginger wings, Rob.
Do you have a shower? Do you have a shower in your saucy cooking shower?
You think God will ask Peter V after the weigh-in, does he shower before the fight?
I hope he does. Dominic.
She's going to be spreading Vegemite on bread and people be saying she's Julia Childs.
Lift your leg up to the barrier.
She goes to butter the toast and she's like, that's not a knife. This is a knife.
Oh, could you imagine if he said that? Big class, wouldn't it, Andy? Lift your leg, Arthur.
I've got to say though, I am a fan of the Gad at the moment because he keeps going in on Ben and Hearn all the time about utilizing every platform. So,
AJ, you see, I think he wrote on the Telegraph about AJ that the rumours of Franklin as his opponent show how far he's fallen.
Oh, he slated him, didn't he? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. So essentially, while Stephen, I mean, he's
saying that Ben was withholding information for the investigation.
Yeah, he came out and said
that. I think that was Riyadh, wasn't it?
Look at that picture.
Where is Bean these days, by the way? How's Bean getting on? What Bean? Tell me more, mate.
I'm not sure.
I was going to say as well, Porky's his Bean doesn't have the same bite since he came back from that sojourn out in Turkey. The Bean on the Adam Boo, they don't have the same bite in it. I don't know what the rest of you think.
I didn't hear much from Porky these days. I think he's blocked my number. I think.
Jeez.
We can make that certainly. We can make that change, Andrew, for the best. So I'll get on to Pork and ask him to send you some content.
Oh, I dare say he's listening. I dare say he'll hear my message.
One of the Andes will tell him anyway, so don't worry about it.
Sheila. No, she copped out after half an hour. Right, Rob, who are you going for this week? Sorry.
Oh, it's got to be Ben, man. What an absolute fucking plank. Like, I don't even know what to start. But yeah, shout out to the Gad on a serious note, which is hard to say in Bellew at week time. But yeah, he said that he spoke to the UCAD or the board or someone and said that the information that Frank Smith gave in that ID boxing clip is not necessarily true. So they're still waiting on some information, I heard. So shout out to the Gad for telling the truth on that. And yeah, it's got to be Ben.
Shout out to Jason Chukwu, who's just messaged us. He says, Queen Elizabeth II, Dr. Dre, Nate Dogg, and Jason Chukwu. Everyone in that list knows how to shut up and keep it on the low. There you are.
And only half of them are still alive right now, too.
Just down to Dr. Dre and Chukwu at the moment, an unlikely combination, but here we are.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'm going for Conor Benn as well. Who are you going for, Dominic?
I'm going for Conor.
Sorry.
I'm going for Conor Benn too, but you just you missed a very important nomination, Steve. I'm surprised no one's mentioned it. It was the man himself, Anthony. After Junior called him the biggest arsehole in Liverpool, and he went to the trouble of making this wee cropped image of all the belts he had won, and calling Eubank out for saying that, you know, I may be an arsehole, but I'm an arsehole who's won more than ever win. Was it true? It just showed how thin-skinned he is and how insecure he is. I thought it was quite funny. And also there was just an honourable mention. There was a good interview after the fight last night with Radio Raheem and BP's missus. It was only about, when I put the link in there, it was only about a minute and a half, 2 minutes long, but there was just a funny interaction between the two of them. I thought were Radio Raheem, but yeah, Conor Benn has to be the winner. He's just sometimes I actually feel sorry for people who are so lacking in awareness, but I don't even think I can muster any feeling of being sorry for this guy. This is a complete weapon.
He's a complete weapon, but he's winning. Bellew of the Week, episode 507. Congratulations, Conor. You are the man this week. Matty, back to you. Thank you.
Yeah.